The world's obsession with deeply melanated women, with melanin-rich women, with black women needs to be fucking studied. Why would you put on that costume? I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even, it gets to a motherfucking point. It gets to a point. What is that? I don't even know what to say. Literal costumes, literal blackface. Like, people are so obsessed. Yet they swear that they can't stand us and we have no culture and everybody got black fatigue, which you can't have black fatigue if you're not a black person, but y'all already know they co-ops and colonize. Everybody in the fucking world swears that they cannot stand black people, particularly black women, yet this is the type of shit that they do in every part of the world. Somebody's copying us. They swear we have no culture. Don't nobody care. Though ain't nobody trying to be like you. Explain this. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The obsession is real.
A lot of white women do get insecure when white men date outside of the white race. One of the most notable examples of this is Taylor Swift's reaction to Travis Kelce's exes. I know a lot of black creators were talking about this online a couple months ago, but when she has lines like, "I'm not a bad bitch, I'm not a savage," things like that, and directly referencing how she feels insecure that Travis Kelce dated gorgeous black women before her, this is absolutely a thing. And I think it's rooted in like insecurity and jealousy that they feel like they can't compete, not their white boyfriend has a type that isn't white women, but that he's marrying her simply to have white kids, because there's a lot of pressure from white families to pass on the white gene. Obviously, this is not something I care about at all, but I know a lot of white women do care if they find out that their boyfriend has either dated men, they freak the fuck out, or has dated women who aren't white. Because I think the assumption at the end of the day is that white people mostly date white people, even though we're in 2026, like, date who you want. But yeah, in response to this, there's absolutely a thing, and there are a lot of examples of white women being very jealous and insecure. Okay, bye.
So stitch this and tell me something that white people aren't ready to hear.
We white women have an inferiority complex. The Negro women have a sort of reputation for being so beautiful. We're a little jealous of them.
I guess you just envy us colored people.
That black women were there to support me and to advise me, but not to rise above or become better than me. And that's why when this black teacher was way better and more talented than me, I felt some kind of way about it. Now, I'd imagine lots and lots more white women have also internalized the same idea, and that's why they feel okay stealing black women's content and not giving them any credit, because the black women are just there to advise them anyway. But most black women are natural leaders.
We're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire life.
The man had never seen so many black queens in his life.
Why do these gay guys like acting like black women? Meanwhile, not a single one of them are black. Because on my For You page, there's been this beef that's circulating in the gay community. And I was going to mind my business and watch, but I can't get past the fact that all of them are trying to act like something they're not. And it's so clear. Like, I saw a stitch from this white guy and he's wearing a bonnet. What the actual fuck is going on? And before anybody goes, well, what do you mean talking and acting like a black woman? You know exactly what I'm talking about, because they all have this same fucking accent. And they're from different parts of the United States. Even black people in different parts of the United States have a different accent because it's regional to where they're at. But y'all put on this like fake social media accent that you heard online because you're not actually around any black people. And you're like, oh, we're all going to talk like this. And it's so hard to like take shit serious because you know that the personality they're putting on, they're not doing that when they're around their family during Thanksgiving. It's very different. And before anybody goes, oh, you know, lesbians do the same thing. Yeah, I know. That's why I made several videos saying that it's fucking weird behavior.
So this lady asks, this black lady, are white women really that scared of black women? And I'm going to say yes. And this is my opinion as a white woman who is 53 years old and has lived in the South in Georgia in my entire life. But it's not being scared, but it's a fear. And it's not a physical fear, it is the mental fear. It is what we see in you and what we see you doing and how it challenges us and the fear of that. So we see Black women and we see how strong you are. We see you coming together as a community. We see you supporting each other. We see you supporting your community, supporting your families, supporting your children, going out and fighting for your rights, being authentic in your race and in your femininity. Anyway. And we're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire lives. And I'm not giving white women a pass, don't get me wrong, but I know I, and most women, white women have been told our entire lives, be quiet, know your place, be a good girl, don't rock the boat, don't be too much. And when you are any of those things, you are ostracized because you have rocked their boat. And that is what Black women are. You rock our boat, our mental boat, because you challenge us to look at how we are deficient and not living in our truth, and it makes us uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable, and it makes us start to question ourselves, and people don't like to question themselves. We would rather live in our little bubble of white supremacy and what we know and comfortableness. I know that's not a word. Than a lot of people would, white women would, rather than challenge themselves to grow and know more, because it's easy. Doing the work is hard. It's really hard. I've been doing the work the past several years, and it's hard. It is hard admitting some truths about yourself and some truths about yourself as a white woman. So yeah, I think that white women are scared of Black women because you challenge us in that way, and a lot of us don't like it. And that's why we fear you. It's because we fear what you make us face.
The biggest reason that I know that white feminism is a real problem is just the perceived threat that so many white women feel from Black women just existing. Before I continue, I'm going to reference myself as attractive. Yes, I know, shocker. I did this before and y'all got on my ass. I don't know what to say, we're gonna keep doing it. But as a Black woman, when you transition from unattractive to being perceived as attractive, you will notice a change in behavior from not only men, but also women, specifically white women. Especially when you don't fit a certain stereotype that they associate with your race and what they deem a Black woman should act like. It's almost like they don't know how to act with you, and they end up, feeling this contempt. They implicitly know that they are the standard. They have been socialized to know that. It's been their experience to have men want them of any race. But in that, they also know that whiteness is sort of blankness. And I actually don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, it is the standard. It's the norm. It is the opposite of exoticism. So in their male-centered minds, they're thinking, yeah, in majority of cases, I'm going to get the guy. But when they want a little switch up, a change from their usual, that is when women of color, specifically Black women, become a big threat. It's a lot of them sort of know that a lot of girls look like them. A lot of pretty girls look like them. They can never account for the allure of a deviation from that norm. When they see an attractive Black woman, it's okay, I have to see it. How can I fight against this? I don't have the facilities to fight against this. And to compensate for that, I think that's why we see a lot of white women try to play into the features of women of color. The style, the slick backs, the lip filler, mannerisms, all of it. They want to be able to oscillate between all types of attractiveness, become this sort of maxed out woman who has every single thing a guy could ever want at any time. Because they are so used to being the standard, they cannot accept someone wanting something different. They kind of try to borrow parts of you to become that, so that won't happen again. It's very interesting, and it happens more than you would think.
My mom told me about a video that she saw on TikTok, basically saying, I don't like when pretty women are confident. And I don't really have too much to say about that part. But something that I have noticed is when I'm in rooms with white women, and it's majority white women, they almost don't even acknowledge me. Every time I'm in a room full of white women or a bunch of white women are in the area, most white men, unless they're older, unless they're literally 60 plus, anytime I'm in rooms with women who are around my age, young or middle age, in their 40s, they literally don't acknowledge me. They don't even address me as a human. If I'm talking to them, if I'm around them, if I'm in their spaces, literally act like they don't see me. Don't get it twisted. I don't need white women to validate me. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I'm very aware of what I look like, and I don't need anybody to compliment me to make me feel good about myself. When I step, I know I step. If nobody acknowledges me, that's great. But what I've noticed is it feels like. White women specifically go out of their way to not acknowledge you because I feel like they don't want you to think that you're on their level because you're black. Specifically because you're a black woman. I've never had that issue with confident white girls though. I've had confident white girls before give me a compliment, but it's very rare and it barely happens. But you know, whatever, perception isn't reality. I'm not the type of person that takes offense to people not acknowledging me, and I'm not the type of person to make up certain feelings. But it's something that I've recognized repetitively in rooms with white girls who are young or white women who are middle-aged.
I decided to dress up as something, the most horrifying thing I could think of, which is the black woman, which is a person who is angry and fed up that their EBT card has been declined, that their race card is no longer working in this new climate, and that they're not receiving the reparations that they think they deserve, despite the fact that they did not build this country, contrary to what they say all the time, and they are certain.
Is a popular model and influencer on Instagram.
Hey guys, my name is Emma Hallberg.
But is she deceiving her 250,000 followers? Emma Hallberg is white, but is now facing accusations of darkening her skin tone to look black, all in an effort to gain followers. The 19-year-old Swedish model was exposed when a Twitter user posted these starkly different side-by-side images. Emma insists the images are just two different pictures taken on two different seasons of the year. She denies that she's trying to fool her followers.
I haven't done anything to make myself look darker. I get the tan naturally when I've been in the sun.
Not everyone is buying her explanation. The girl was clearly posing as black. Another critic says the model is guilty of blackfishing, masquerading as a black person to deceive others. Emma's makeup tutorials are very popular online.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
They're trying to figure out how we're still happy. They're trying to figure out how we can afford the things they can afford, how we can afford the restaurants they go to, how we can afford to shop like they shop, how we can afford to vacation in the places they vacation in. Because they have dedicated their lives to making ours harder. So when they see us and we're never lonely, they're like, how are you here? We cannot beat this team. Because you can't. You can't. You've dedicated your life to trying to make mine harder. Meanwhile, I'm just living mine. And you're trying to figure out why I'm still happy. And I still look younger than you.
It's like gay white men are just always cosplaying black women. And I don't even care if they listen to Taylor Swift all day or drink fucking matcha and do aerobics class. They still use our slang. They do their mannerisms like us, but claim that they are not trying to be like us when it's obvious they are. But especially the ones that openly, truly act like us, they annoy me so bad. What about the gay white women? I guess with gay white women, nothing really happens for them. Like, they don't really have shit popping. Like, they don't have nothing going on. And when gay white men just want to try to be like black women, we really see the fetishization happening. Like I said earlier, how they try to use words like us, saying like, "Ooh, child," or like, "Ooh, she ate," or "That's given." Even when they talk, having this black scent going on, like every white person seems to have a black scent for some reason. And those same gay white men are contributing to the problem of generalizing black people. Thinking all black women talk and dress like you when we started it. It's not because of you.
When you're black and you're beautiful, you're gonna trigger so many people, and you have to make peace with it because it's going to be entertaining and it's going to be sad and detrimental if you don't, because you will walk into rooms with your fellow black women, with other women, with everyone trying to figure you out. People are going to make so many hypothetical guesstimations and estimations as to who they think you are. People will try and look at every detail on your face, on your body, looking for flaws, trying to figure you out, trying to mimic you, trying to copy you, trying to never give you credit. It is a war zone that you constantly are on. Your own friends will turn against you. Your family will turn against you. People will be attracted to you. I've had friends that are like, "Oh, I don't want to introduce you to my man because da 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 da." And I'm like, people will isolate you, ostracize you, get away from you. Like, it is really the survival of the thickest. And if you want to add the fact that you are classy on top of that, People really do not know what box to put you in. They're like, you're black, you're beautiful, you're well-spoken, you're educated. What the fuck kind of creature are you? Like, it really discombobulates a lot of people.
If I see one more video talking about gingers being black, I might just lose my mind. My fucking confidence skyrockets every single time I see one of those videos. Like, I don't think you understand how much I love black women. And like, I don't know why, but I've never felt more safe or more loved than when a black woman calls me baby. Be my mother. Be my mother right now. And to have you guys hyping us up and showing us love, like, it makes me feel so seen and loved and appreciated and welcome. Oh my God.
I pray to God that this does not come off as offensive to anybody, because I mean this with the utmost love and respect from the bottom of my whole entire heart. But when a black woman calls me baby, there is so much, what kind of magic are you putting in there? Because that shit hits harder than crack. Every single time, every encounter in my life that I have had with a black woman where she calls me baby, I have never felt more loved and supported in my entire life. I feel almost imprinted on. Like, are you my mother? I will go to the ends of the earth for that woman. Okay, ride or die, because it may have just been a very quick one-time encounter for her, but for me, you don't understand. We're like this. How, call me, beat me if you gotta reach me, because I will do whatever. How can I be of service? Do you need a ride to church? Let me make reparations for my people, because I love you. And I don't know what it is, but goddamn, there's something so special about it. It's magic. I want to have that effect on people. That is beautiful. And I love you. And that's it. I don't know. I've never felt more safe and secure in my life. I love you.
And I believe this woman genuinely feels loved when we call, white people, or call anybody, when black women say baby, it is a loving term of endearment. However, I would love for white women to offer something in the same value. I would love for white women to not constantly be the people who are calling the police on us disproportionately. There have been 41 white women governors, not a single black woman governor. And I bet if white women were willing to vote for a black woman governor, we'd see some. White women hold 4.4% of CEO positions, black women 0.2%. I bet there'd be more if there were white women to support them in that endeavor. White women far outdo us in the wealth gap. And every equal pay day, you hear white women all the time saying, we earn 80% on the dollar, never acknowledging that figure is very specific to white women. When it comes to black women, API women, indigenous women, those numbers are different. They are the loudest voices against affirmative action, despite being equal or even greater beneficiaries of it. Every time, mostly, they choose race over gender. So if you like it when we call you baby, I want to tell you we would love it if we could call you ally.
Woo! We definitely connect for social. God dang!
Have y'all seen this? And this is not just the example, right? There's male, there's women, right? They sometimes have vitiligo, right? Or they're albino even, but they're all black. They're all black and they're AI. The thing is, they're created by non-black creators. The person that's making a living off of these accounts are not black people. But these non-black people specifically created accounts with AI personalities that are black to profit off of. So even if they couldn't use you and I, they just got AI to do it. This account was made a month ago and has almost 2 million followers on TikTok alone. They have accounts on Facebook. They have the accounts on Twitter. They have the accounts on Instagram. They're doing the reels. They're doing everything and they're monetizing off of it. They're monetizing off of it. I don't understand. If you guys don't like us, why do you want to be us? Why do you still want to profit off of us? Why not generate an AI Caucasian girl or an AI Caucasian man? Why black women and black men? Why? Why? And then to be honest, I think this is how you view us. We're supposed to be your playthings. We're supposed to be something that you guys could just use whenever you want to. Whether it's for forced labor, free labor, you understand? Or just entertainment. That's what you guys want. You don't like us, but you want what we have to offer. Yeah, let's just separate, man.
What is up with gay white men and black women? What's
that?
That's
about? Easy.
What? What is it?
So when I was a very young child, someone asked me in front of my mother what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said a black woman. 100% true. Do you know why I said that though? So I was raised in church. Every encounter I ever had with a black woman, she was robust, fabulous, and unapologetic and stylish and loud, and she laughed loudly and she enjoyed life. And so every time I ever experienced a black woman, it was this person that personified an energy that I liked, an energy that I respected, and I wanted to be that. So, you know, flash forward to being an adult, I choose to be grateful that my life has been molded very significantly by strong melanated women.
You're a gay white man.
Who, me?
This guy over here, right there. Look at him.
What the hell she said?
Israel, yeah.
All right, racists, let's talk about...
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
It's no secret that racist America has a rabid obsession with the black American woman. What's the true secret, however, is that the fascination is an obsession that the inferior has for the superior. It's a bitter fixation like a peasant would have for a queen. They are obsessed because the magic that they see in her is a tangible they can never get their hands on. Racists see an architect of culture, a commander of language, and an unbreakable pillar of creation through resilience. While white history is the definition of theft, the black American woman is an encyclopedia of genius written against impossible odds. But hey, let's look at the evidence. Look at the women who built reality from imagination. Shirley Chisholm, the political prophet who was unbought and unbossed. She was the first black American woman in Congress who had the audacity to run for president and shattered the idea that the White House is a White House. Zora Neale Hurston, a literary anthropologist and author who journeyed through the South to preserve the folklore, songs, and stories of her people. She captured the rhythm, language, and soul of black life in America in a way that white anthropologists could only observe from a sterile, distant shore. Fannie Lou Hamer, the sharecropper who turned a brutal beating into a thunderous voice for the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, forcing a nation to hear the price of the vote. Octavia Butler, the literary scientist who used science fiction to dissect the pathologies of the present and prescribe visions of a future where black people not only survive, but lead the evolution of humanity. Simone Biles, the most decorated gymnast in history. She has redefined the limits of human potential with a dominance so absolute they had to literally redesign the sports scoring system in a futile attempt to contain her greatness. She is the living embodiment of black excellence as a physical force of nature. Marsha P. Johnson, the warrior and pioneer who stood at the forefront of the Stonewall Uprising, defending the right to exist with a fearless joy that ignited a global movement for liberation. Mae Jemison, the chemical engineer, physician, and NASA astronaut who broke the ultimate barrier, carrying the spirit of her people into the cosmos as the first black American woman in space. Toni Morrison, the Nobel laureate who took the English language, the very tool of racial subjugation, and forged it into a weapon of sublime truth, telling the stories white people were terrified to tell about themselves. Ida B. Wells, the investigative journalist, educator, and early civil rights leader who wielded her pen like a sword, exposing the barbarism of lynching and fighting terror with unflinching, documented truth. Annie Turnbow Malone, a millionaire inventor and business magnate who developed a revolutionary line of hair and beauty products for Black women. She built an empire, Poro College, that trained thousands of women in entrepreneurship and created economic independence long before corporate America would let them in the door. Racist Americans are obsessed because the Black American woman is the ultimate creator and innovator. Black American women are the master economists who can build a legacy from nothing. Black American women are the artists who define global culture. Black American women are the scientists who cure the uncurable. We honestly have Black American women to thank for our past, for our present, and for our future. Black American women are the creators. Black American women are the leaders. Black American women are the standard. So continue shining in your natural beauty like the goddess you are, in full confidence, knowing that there's no person greater on this planet than the Black American woman.